Powhatan B.D., Army 5th U.S. Colored Infantry, First Sergeant, Medal of Honor presented on April 6, 1865 for his bravery during the Battle of Champions Fork, Fort Harrison, Virginia. Medal citation, B.D. took command of his company, all the officers having been killed or wounded and gallantly led it. Christian Abraham Fleetwood, Army 4th U.S. Colored Infantry, Sergeant Major. Medal of Honor presented on April 6, 1865 for his bravery during the Battle of Champions Fork, Fort Virginia. Medal citation, he sees the color after two colored barriers has been shot down and bore them nobly through the fight. Robert Blake, U.S. Union Navy contraband for his bravery in action. Blake was the second African American to be awarded the Medal of Honor on April 16, 1864. Serving the rifle aboard U.S. Stream Gunboat Marblehead contraband Blake and escaped slaves. Carried out his duties bravely, which resulted in enemy's abandonment of position, leaving a Caucasian and one gun behind. William Harvey Carney, Sergeant Company C, 54th Massachusetts Colored Infantry, Fort Wagner, South Carolina, June 18, 1863. He was the first African American awarded the Medal of Honor for his most distinguished gallantry in action during the assault of Fort Wagner, South Carolina. He was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his gallantry. When the colored sergeant was shot down, this soldier grasped the flag, led the way to the parapet, and planted the colors thereon. When the troops fell back, he brought up the flag under fierce fire, in which he was twice severely wounded. Susan Ann Baker, Civil War teacher, first African American Army nurse and laundress. In 1853, Susie began to nurse the wounded and men who returned to camp from a raid up the St. Mary River. She became the first African American Army nurse. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman is commonly known as a conductor on the Underground Railroad. She was also a Union spy, a nurse, and a cook. She was recruited by the Union officers to establish spies in South Carolina, made up of former slaves. She became the first woman in country to lead a military expedition on June 1, 1863. In 1994, the United States Maritime Commission launched the SS Harriet Tubman, its first Liberty ship ever named for a black woman. AKA Mary Jane Richards, slave Union spy master, Union nurse, and a cook. Mary was highly intelligent with a photographic memory and a talented actress. She was a dining room servant to Jefferson Davis, Confederate president, in the Confederate White House in Richmond, Virginia. In 1995, 130 years after the Civil War ended, the United States Army honored Mary Elizabeth Bowser's contribution to the Union war effort by introducing her into the U.S. Army Intelligence Hall of Fame in Arizona. She was one of the highest placed and most productive espionage agents of the Civil War. Mary Sylvester, freed slave, Union spy master, naval intelligence. She worked as a housekeeper for Confederate engineers tasked with turning the captured USS Merrimac into an ironclad ship for the Confederates. When Mary overheard the Confederate engineer talking about the Virginia and realized its significance as a weapon, she stole a set of the ship's plans and walked from Portsmouth, Virginia to Washington, D.C. Mary delivered plans to the Department of the Navy. This prompted Union officials to speed up building its own ironclad. The USS Monitor, which was ready to face the CSS Virginia in March 1862.